Hey everyone, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria and welcome to another video. So today I thought I'd do a mukbang with a fruit that I've actually never tried. So in front of me here I have some gold kiwis. These are from Italy. I found them at Sam's Club. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be a little like snack. I had a smoothie for lunch and I'll have dinner in a little bit. It's 3:30 right now. So I'm going to show how I prepare these. But first off, when I bought these were super hard. So you want to make sure that they have a little bit of give to them. So you can kind of squish. You can see it's a little wrinkled right there. But that's how you know you have a ripe piece of fruit, because if it's not ripe, it's going to burn your mouth and just not taste very good. So let's get these plated. So all I'm going to do is cut these in half. That's what it looks like on the inside. So it's not as dark green as the green kiwis. Has like a yellowy color to the flesh. So I'm just going to cut all these in half and put them on my plate. So this is what you'd call a mono meal. A mono meal of gold kiwis. Now the benefit of a mono meal is that it's optimal for digestion. It's easier on digestion, which allows for you to absorb more of the nutrients, allows for better assimilation, allows for great elimination. And eating mono meals is how a human, I believe, was designed to eat. Because if you think about it, if we were trudging along in nature, we would come across a fruit tree. And let's say we haven't had anything to eat in a while. We would eat until our belly's full off that fruit tree until we were satiated. And it would be one type of fruit. And then we'd move along, defecate the seeds out of this fruit to grow another fruit tree, and then move along to our next fruit tree. That is what I believe used to be the Garden of Eden, the paradisical way of living for a human being. Now, isn't that fun philosophy? Arnold Ehret actually talks about this in his book, The Mucusless Diet Healing System, about how the mono meal is ideal for the human, the mono meal of fruit, that is, not anything else. Not meat, not dairy, not the flesh or secretions of another animal. Those things are not supposed to be in the human body. Okay, I'm gonna go get a spoon and we'll get eating these. So raw fruit, this is nature's food. It doesn't require any cooking, any preparation. You just put your spoon in, or use your fingers. I'm kind of going to spoon this. When I was little, kiwis were my favorite fruit. My mom would peel them, slice them up, put them in a little baggie or a little container, and I'd open up my lunchbox at school. There'd be a cute little note and a wonderful kiwi waiting for me to indulge in. I always loved fruit as a kid. I was never into like cakes or cookies really, but I liked ice cream. And I'm a big fan of banana shakes and banana ice cream these days. Because the other stuff, dairy stuff, is not good for you. Just clogs your body up, promotes the growth of diseases. I definitely say this is sweeter than a green kiwi. It's not as tart. So I'm just kind of scooping them out here. When Lily was little and we lived in Chicago, I had access to much more variety of stores and little shops, especially like Asian shops, and I would try all kinds of different fruit with her. It was fun. I'd say this is similar to a dragon fruit, but a dragon fruit has like not so much of a tart sweetness to it. I actually really like dragon fruits, but they're expensive. They kind of freaked me out when I first tried them because their skin is weird. Oh, this one doesn't want to come out. Oh. So I'm feeling really good eating only fruits and green vegetables. I didn't do a what I ate in a day video for you guys for yesterday because I just didn't feel like it. I had some big zucchini in my air fryer to go with my dinner because I decided that, well, 1, zucchini is a fruit. 2, I'm cool with cooking fruits. And 3, I don't know, like, it's healthy. So, my main focus for this challenge is to eat mostly fruit and then have vegetables at nighttime for dinner. Although I had a few meals last week that was mostly fruit for dinner with just like vegetables on the side, and I found that to be pretty good too. And I really like ate a ton of fruit last week. I mean, like more than I ever thought I could, and I was like, oh geez, what is this gonna do to me, you know? Not that like weight loss is my goal with this challenge, but in the past, whenever I eat just fruits and vegetables, I do drop excess unwanted body fat. So I am going to share a 2-week weigh-in with you guys that I will do on Sunday, just to show how I've been eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories of mainly fruit every day and how much weight I've lost in the time frame of 2 weeks. And keep in mind, I'm doing this for 2 months. But this isn't just about weight loss. I feel like when I eat this way, I'm also maximizing my health, and the two go hand in hand. And it's not about restriction. Every other diet is. The people who are having great results on the starch solution, I hate to say this, they're restricting their starch. Like, they're only eating like up to 2,000 calories a day. And I hate to say that, like, you have to restrict your starch in order to lose weight, but I think that that is the case for me. Like, I've just never had a lot of luck with eating a lot of starch. Even when I was younger, I can't remember eating a lot of starch. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I've never been overweight eating a lot of starch, but my BMI tends to be on the higher normal side. And I never seem to like come down. Or at least I've never been patient enough to let it like happen naturally, but I don't know if it, I don't think it does. And keep in mind, like, I can eat 2,000 calories worth of starch for dinner. So that's a lot of starch. And I actually think it comes down to not just like the calorie content. It doesn't, like, it's not about calories. It's what is the food that you are eating. Because the calorie concept is kind of a sham, like, and it's kind of like science in a nutshell, period. Because it doesn't account for what is the food that you're actually eating. Like, breaking everything down to a calorie means that eating this meal of kiwis, which is probably about 300 calories, is the same as eating, what else would be comparable? Like 3 eggs. Is eating all these kiwis going to have the same effect on my body as 3 eggs? No. And even if you were to compare 300 calories of kiwis to 300 calories of potatoes, you're still not turning a potato into a kiwi or a kiwi into a potato. They're 2 completely different things. There's a reason why the fruit diet works for health and for weight loss, and it has nothing to do with calories. It has to do with the food itself. I actually think a lot of people would benefit from getting rid of the calorie theory altogether. Although I think it can be helpful for people where that's what they're used to. And then explaining, you have your carb calories and your fat calories and your protein calories. But I think we need to get even simpler in order to understand how what we eat affects our body. As you wouldn't explain the calorie theory to a child in terms of getting them to eat healthier, you would explain it to them in terms of food. Fruits and vegetables are healthy, cow byproducts are not. And it's because fruits and vegetables grow on trees and from plants. And cow secretions come from the milk of a cow. We've normalized so many things in our culture that to a child, when you explain it to them in those kinds of terms, like, they're like, yeah, like, that makes sense. And there's so many kids that eat animal products and they don't even know that it's a dead animal that they're eating. And if they knew that what they were eating was a pig or a chicken or a cow that is a storybook character that they've come to love and adore, or an animal that they like to visit at the zoo or a farm or wherever, I doubt that that child would be choosing to eat that food for themselves. Instead, we, dress it up with ketchup and bread it and normalize it, because usually the parents are eating that stuff too. And then it becomes a normal behavior, and then by the time the kid realizes, oh, this is a cow, a pig, a chicken, they've already been conditioned to associate that animal flesh as food. So that's my little rant about that. My kids get it. And they're perfectly healthy. My children are like exceeding growth charts for their ages. Part of that's genetic, but the other part is they're just healthy kids because I've raised them vegan. I have a compost bin that I can throw all this stuff in. But I don't know how that works for the winter. I think the stuff in my compost bin is probably frozen. That was like a perfect spoon. Last one. So yeah, the solution to the majority of health problems out there. Actually, I'm going to be bold and say to all health problems. Solution meaning that it can improve your situation regardless of what you have going on, is to eat more fruits and vegetables. Even if you're consuming animal products, because I get it, like I did that for years. I was brought up that way. Most of us have been brought up that way. It is a conditioned habit, a conditioned behavior to eat animal products. But the more fruit and vegetables you eat, you push the other foods out. And you will reap health benefits from doing that. So I am finished with my kiwis. That was a nice little snack. A meal size I would be eating a lot more, but I don't know if I could do a meal of these because they are like acidic, like a citrus, I think these are subacid fruit, but I'd relate it to more like a pineapple. You get that sensation on your tongue. Maybe one of them wasn't completely ripe. Anyways, but I find that I can do more not mono meals, but bigger meals of like bananas and dates. Like that's like a full meal for me. And then having like grapes or kiwis or oranges or something like that, it ends up being more like a snack because I can't eat like the amount of calories I can from bananas and dates. Hope that makes sense. Alright, thank you so much for watching this mukbang. Leave any comments or questions down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.